You all knew this was going to be the first question. The North Charlottesville Business Council has long been an advocate for the US 29 Western Bypass. Albemarle County and the Metropolitan Planning Organization have now approved the project. Considering where we are today, what is your position on the Commonwealth Transportation Board approved and funded Western Bypass and widening of US 29 from Polo Grounds Road to Hollymead? And, as a supervisor, would you vote to reconsider the project?
I have to tell you that I support the bypass very strongly. As it was approved, I think that we as a community have expended a lot of energy, and I think it's time to move on. I think this project has a lot of far-reaching opportunities, has created a lot of opportunities for our community. Number one, it's going to take heavy traffic off of 29 as it is today. And as a former owner, operator of a retail store on the corner of Rio and 29, I can tell you that the heavy traffic inhibited our business over the years, and a lot of our consumers really didn't like traveling on the road because of the heavy traffic. I think that the bypass will create a very friendly consumer corridor from the city line out to the airport, which will be like our new Main Street for our county, which I'm excited about. And I think that it will also stimulate new business to come to the 29 shopping area. This particular corridor supplies over or at least half of the commercial tax base, or the tax revenue in general for our county. So to expand and fill the empty stores, I think is going to be a great addition to our economy. I think the people in Scottsville that I've encountered in the entire district are in favor of the bypass, without question. And Chris is right, a lot of them are headed to Wadesboro or Zion's Crossroad to do their shopping. So this, I think, is going to take the heat off that, hopefully have more people stay at home to shop. Would I entertain visiting this again? No. I think it's been approved, it's been funded, and I think that we should move on. And we have a lot of work to do for the people of this county. So I would think that we've expended a lot of energy. So I would not vote for continuing the conversation, so to speak.
I think there's no secret where I stand on the 29 bypass. I've voted in favor of it. I've been in favor of it for years. Actually, I thought it was a real travesty several years ago when we started the Places 29 program that I was outvoted to include that as part of the study. Our board voted not, it wasn't to be considered, thought of, taken into consideration at all. I think that was a real mistake. We should have done it. Maybe we would have had all that study and the traffic numbers brought up to date. But I think what people want to do who are opposed to this is go back 20 years. They actually want to go back to talk about a 20-year-old road. They want to set us back 20 years to start the discussion again that we had. I think it's interesting that the two newest members of our community here who weren't here for that 20-year discussion that we had about this are saying that we want to go back to that time period. Now I want to address for a minute the so-called midnight vote. If you all remember, there was a vote, a very public vote the week before. I voted in favor of the bypass, as did two other members of the Board of Supervisors. Now, after that meeting, we put in a new rule that has to the people who were opposed to the bypass. It says that you can't talk about things at the beginning of a meeting, you have to bring them up and then talk about them at the end. So matters not on the agenda had to be put at the very end of the thing. We agreed to that rule. And as you know, Mr. Dwyer was late getting to the meeting that night. He was the one who changed his vote. Nobody else in the entirety has changed their vote. I never changed my vote, so there's no secret vote of mine. I just re-voted what I'd done a week earlier in a very public meeting. And I really take exception to the fact that that's what my opponent continues to say is the worst thing about this, is the fact it was done in the middle of the night. We had 20 years worth of discussions on this road. We had 27 different options. We studied all the different ways that we could go back and forth with it. We never had any money until recently. If we turn down this money, it will go away, and we will not see any transportation dollars in this community for many, many years to come. So I think it's very important that we step up, that we take the lead from the state. I do not believe it's going to cost $400 million. I think it's going to probably come in less than what the proposal was made to the Commonwealth Transportation Board, and I'm definitely in favor. I would not vote to revisit it.